Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I ask that my entire statement be read into the record. In
Without
280
objection.
days, Maryland has lost 301 lives to gun violence, 301 mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, sons, and daughters, domestic violence, mental health, just plain old violence with a gun. It's time for my colleagues to stand up, to listen, to take on the National Rifle Association, and to stop the flood of gun violence that's ravaging our communities in Maryland and across the country. And let's do that in the name of Stefan Donnell Powell, Leon Fleming, Kareem Bonner, Josephat Kobia, Matthew Thomas, Everett Thomas, John David Walsh, Troy R. Preston, Robert Durham Thomas, Darius White, Jamal Allen, Anthony Richardson, Sadina Omar Sumagal, Dante Downer, David Hall, Harry Smith, Tyrone Archer Jr., Jason Ballard, Donald Gaff, Ashante Lene Ballard-Velez, Jason Ballard, Davon Johnson, Stephen Foreman, James Smith, Stephen Vase, Victor Underwood Black, Marvin Barrett, Edward Donnell Bright Jr., Derek Dargan, Tavares Swenson, Dante Matthew, Jonathan Lopez, Alton Wallace, Johnny Green, Mary Green, Mark Green, Antoine Marquis Coleman, Richard Anthony Jackson, Sterling Day, Daniel Brooks, Jarrell Hicks, Victor Guatney, Andre Robinson, Kamante Mitchell, Jeremy Ward, Ricky Schwarza Hill, Kiowe LaFonce, Jamar Green, Stephen Jackson, Eugene Tolley, Thomas Peterson, Linder Otta, Taiwan Short, Lawrence Buckner, Gilbert Mendoza, Vidrana Mendoza, Molly Mendoza, Rondell Metzger, Mary Glacken, Kevin Hill, Jamal Roseborough, Mark Nicholson, Carvel Jones, Mark McKenna, Rihanna Lynn Green, Daquan Tate, Martin Brooks, Ricky Chambers Jr., Andre Hunt, Davon Williams, Johnson, James Maurice Johnson, Yogesh Sheth, Byron Showell, Levi Buck, Kai Hebron, Elliot B. Cheston Jr., Robert Scott Slaughter, Keith Watts, Rodney Vandette Johnson, Melissa Ann Bingham, Paul Smith, Armand Perrine, Ivan Anthony McBroom, Matthew Hughes, Odell Stewart, Lionel Young, Harry Davis, Louis Hicks, Anthony Donnell Minnick, Reginald B. Brown III, Sean Scott, Tiffin Chisholm, Tahil Yassin, D'Angelo Green, Rashard Jackson, Wade McKinley Purvey, Eric Diggs Jr., James Skinner, Sean Hickman, Kelvin Warfield, Rupert Everton Samuels, Michael Smith, Craig DeShields Jr., Jamar James, Darrell Alston Jr., Robert Michael Mange, Lamont Scurry, Charles Adams, Tyreen Diggs, James McCoy, Hassan Fields, Bruce Fleming Jr., Umika Smith, Charles Jackson Jr., Shaquille Hinton, Charles Dobbins, Keith Leon Booz, Jennifer Lee Brown, Kester Tony Brown III, Justin Mefusu Bey, Eliado Bennett, Pierre Raphael Edwards, Terrell Patterson, Marie Slade Adebayo, Gerald Smith, Tony Moody, Devontae King, Kevin Jones, Ronnie Walden, Arnisha Bowers, Ronnie Walden Jr., Ellery Hudson, Antoine Johnson, Jamin Corpu, Curtis Mitchell, Jerome Grant, Eric Bernard Talbert, Brandon Brown, Michael S. Montgomery, Bruce Wayne, Bernard Dorsey, Alan Durant Gilbert, Henry MacArthur, Tommy David Thomas, Spencer Lee McCain, Terrence DeMond, Brian Oggins, Ivan J. Cox Jr., Lonnie Bernard Pay, Nathaniel Wheeler, Edward Burrows, Craig Ivan Corbin, Dervin Jones, Gerald Thompson, Jacqueline Parker, Lamont Randall, John F. Davis, Eric Renard Forster, Gary Jackson, Stephen Justin Lewis, Darius Johnson, Tyrell Hardy, James Ricardo Smith, Dante Barnes, Gregory Higgins, Tyrone Johnson Jr., Marvin Costin Jr., Frederick Samuel Taylor, Darrell Sylvester King, Ronald Davon Penn, Robert Lee Jackson, Damon Tisdale, Delvin Trusty, Taryn Singleton, Julian Rosary Sr., Julian Rosary Jr., Iron Rosary.
Time has
it is
expired.
time to end the violence. It's time to end the silence. It's time for this Congress to do something.